thin as tissue paper. So you can see it's translucent. Let's hold it up so it's more visible. And this is only a few cell layers thick, so this can only be made in the lab. And when we show this to designers, they go nuts over it. They love it. Fashion designers really see the potential to drape leather as if it were a cloth or a material like silk. So we can make leather that exactly mimics natural leather, but we can also do more. As I showed you, we can potentially make it thinner. We can make it translucent. We can make one piece of material that varies in thickness over the material. And we can do things that no traditional leather can do. And with a bit of imagination, probably much more. So just to get your mind thinking about what biofabricated materials might look like, what kind of products could we make when we can grow leather to any shape or size we want. This is a shoe. It was not made with cultured leather. This is a shoe that was 3D printed using, I believe, plastics and rubber and traditional materials, but I'm showing it to you so you can get an idea of what might be possible. So this actually was made using some pretty novel techniques. This is a designer that made this shoe by 3D scanning somebody's foot and then 3D printing a custom shoe that exactly fits that foot. And as you can see, it's kind of all one piece that wraps around the foot and is a perfect fit, so you don't need to glue or stitch. And we could do something similar, or even, potentially more imaginative with cultured leather. So imagine what you could do in terms of the design potential if you can grow a shoe out of one piece of leather that exactly fits your foot. From the manufacturer's perspective, you don't need to cut it, the material to fit. You don't need to have laces. You don't need to glue it or stitch it together. And you can also make interesting new shapes and new designs. So imagine what cultured leather will look like in clothing. Again, these are not made with cultured leather. This is just to give you an idea of what designers are doing with other novel technologies that are out there. So the dress on the left was made by 3D printing using conventional materials, but this designer, Iris Van Herpen, gets shapes that you can't get through traditional manufacturing processes. And designers have begun to recognize the potential of biofabricating material, that is, a growing organic material. So these are some beautiful designs that were made by Suzanne Lee, who's a British fashion designer, and she actually has bacteria make her material. So up here, you can see that she has bacteria in a tub of liquid, and the bacteria naturally extrude this cellulose material. And this cellulose material can be harvested and then dyed and finished and shaped into jackets, into clothing, into shoes, into all sorts of materials, and it has very interesting properties. You can see here it's sort of draped and very organic looking. And it also has a very small environmental footprint because the manufacturing process is just this. The material is made by the cells themselves. So you've seen that it's possible to rethink how we grow and use animal products. So what will the manufacturing process of the future look like? What does the factory for animal products look like years from now? Well, we don't think it has to look like this. This is what it looks like today. This is a slaughterhouse. It's actually quite a clean, well-maintained slaughterhouse, but it's still a slaughterhouse. We think the future of animal products could look something like this, a brewery. A brewery is essentially a large bioreactor. It's where cell culture takes place. So this is a brewery for beer. What you have is the very carefully controlled culture of cells, which are fed sugars and grains, and they convert them in a fermentation process into the desired food product. Already we've been culturing cells to make our food for thousands of years. This is how we make wine, cheese, yogurt, beer, and even kimchi is fermented. So imagine touring a facility like this. Imagine seeing where your animal products come from, seeing the process from beginning to end. It's clean, it's open, it's transparent. It's something we can be proud of. This is in contrast to the hidden and remote factories where animal products are produced today. Perhaps biofabrication is a natural evolution in manufacturing. It's environmentally responsible, it's efficient, and it's humane. It allows us to be creative, to design new materials with new applications. It allows us to reimagine our relationship to animals and to the planet to be one that's more conscious and sustainable. We need to move past just killing animals as a resource and to find something that's more civilized and more evolved. Perhaps we're ready for something that is literally and figuratively more cultured. Thank you.